Battle cruiser operational.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of a StarCraft War Remastered today on Knockout. It's going to be soO and Speed. Now, Speed is heavily favored here, but can soO take him to a macro game and close it out? Let's find out. Bottom left, it's going to be soO. Bottom right, going to be Speed. It is a Knockout. Why do I like this map, you may ask? Because of this little speed dip here. It is very hard to get out of your own second base here. If there are tanks over here, if there are lurkers over here, dragoons are kind of hard to get out as well. So I like this. I like the contain here. And if you're trying to attack someone in here, then it's hard to get in as well. So this very simple speed dip here leads to some very interesting situations. So let's see if it's a hatch first here from soO. Overlord's counting the wrong way. Brr, brr, brr. I know it's not your fault, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for phrasing it that direction. Just go ahead and get a huff off of this Vespene Geyser. You'll feel better in a moment here. And this is the very, very, very standard opening to TVZ these days, man. Every single game that's a macro game features this, dude. But if it's not a macro game, sometimes it's a proxy. So it's not every single TVZ, but it's a lot of TVZs. Supply depot here, barracks here. You can expand with this. You can defend and pool first with this. You can go super greed macro with this. What can't you do as a Terran player with this build? You can even bunker a Zerg player with this build. You don't need to proxy. So this is a build you need to learn if you are a Terran player. Hatch first, and here's our guy soO at 12 supply. There we go, 12 supply. We got Steve the SCV coming out, exploring, going down the speed dip and up the speed dip there. Across a bridge. It's a brand new day here for Steve. He gets reincarnated every single time he gets chomped up by a Zergling or killed by a Zealot or, you know, destroyed by a Mutalisk Glaive Worm. There's a lot of ways for Steve to die, but always he comes back. And he is our favorite SCV. Merch available at falconpaladin.store with Steve on it. Checking, saying, okay, 4-player map. No sign of an Overlord, no sign of a second hatch. No Zerg there. We're going to save time, right? Going into the main base here and checking to make sure there's no creep there takes a little bit more time than just, you know, just assuming there's no Zerg there. And he's going to see Steve. He's not going to see Steve here. He's going to see Terry the Overlord here. Seeing Steve would be a nightmare, right? For Steve. It's like, hey, I'm the only Steve. Why is there another Steve? Again, checking for a natural base. And natural finishing up. Gas on the way, pool on the way, expanding. SCV here, in case it was a pool first build. And it's not a pool first build, which Steve will reveal to himself right now, saying, hatch first build, okay. Fair enough. Go back to working, not Steve the SCV. His cousin there, Larry. And hey, first 100 gas into a lair? Alright, tell me something I do not know. It's not going to be an early Speedling Flood. Not even an early pool, not even an overpool. Ow, chomped up by a Zergling there is Steven again. He will be back. He will be reincarnated. Engineering Bay on the way here for an early +1. It looks like it is going to be an SK Terran opening here from Speed. Maybe with a couple Vultures. He loves Vultures so much. And that doesn't mean he cannot transition into mech. As I always say in TVZ, just because it is Marine opening, do not fear. Terran fans. It's not just going to be Marines and medics and science vessels until the end of time. We can throw down a couple factories and get into Vulture and Siege Tank. Lickety split here, especially if you are as accomplished as Speed is. He is an ASL qualifier. He goes deep into ASL, which means he's an elite Terran player. He is RJB's favorite up-and-coming Terran player. And Spire coming up, not sub 4 minutes. Not sub 4 minutes here, but there's a third hatch here. So 3 hatch Muta, second gas here. Spire just getting started. This is going to be a lot of Mutalisks. This is a Terran's nightmare here. So many Mutalisks. Can we handle them? We have seen a lot of Mutalisk games in the last couple of weeks here, man. Against Protoss, against Terran. What's the answer against it? Some people do mass Goliath, some people do mass Marine, some people do Marines and medics and science vessels and try to get an irradiate off on that stack of mutas, double stack of mutas we've seen sometimes. But sometimes it's not enough, and sometimes it is, right? Macro is an important factor there. Micro, also an important factor. But we'll see Speed try to handle it. There we go. Second and third racks on the way. Early +1. Almost halfway done here. I love that. And a safety. Oh, safety sunk and canceled. It's like, okay, it's not going to be Vulture. Why? Because a Vulture is not coming out. So, this Ling scouting. This Ling scouting as well. This Ling group here scouting. Overlord coverage here, pretty darn good. And scanning coverage, pretty excellent as well. Scanning, seeing. No sign of a sunken there. Ah, should have made a Vulture. Should have made a Vulture, he says. I could have gotten so many drone kills, but we are committed here to a lot of Marines, medics, upgrades with stim, or upgrades with range. 7 Mutalisks on the way as soon as that Spire finishes. And more Mutalisks on the way as well. It's like 7 Mutalisks on the way and 15,000 more ready to be built. Ready to be morphed in here. What is the process for changing minerals and Vespene gas into a Mutalisk? I don't think we have the answer to that, right? StarCraft is kind of a loose world build. It's not a concrete world build like something like Brandon Sanderson would do, right? With the Stormlight Archive, with Mistborn, that is a concrete magic system, right? We know how it works. There are rules that are never broken. But this is StarCraft. It's like, I don't know, man. How? How do we get energy to cast Psionic Storm? How do we recall stuff? I don't know, man. Protoss Tech. Anyway, down the right side here, a little bit late on that missile turret there. The SCVs are gonna die because of that late missile turret. I think we can take down this turret here and park on top of the racks. All right, soO, I guess you know better than I do, and we have a counterattack here, and there's not a sunken, right? No sunken here. Sunken in production. But here we go. Stimming across the map. Ooh, third hatch up the left side, and we are heading that direction here. Dude, again, losing the third hatch is a game over move for a Zerg player. We need mutas to get out here. Speed's like, okay, all right. No, I'm not approaching your third hatch, Mr. Mutalisk, sir. Not at all. It's like, there's a sunken there. Fair enough. There's a Hydra Den. Good. Any sign of a Queen's Nest? No, we are making Mutalisks. Making mutas. +1 attack on the way for the mutas. Well, let's see if we go into Hydras and Lurkers here. It's not going to be mass muta. Based on the timing of that Hydra Den, it's just going to be, you know, a lot of mutas with +1, but not 2 stacks of them. Not 3 stacks of them. We have seen that. If you want to see 3 stacks of mutas, I will point you to a cast that came up last week. Ah, get out of here, man. And ask me for it in the comments, and I'll link you to it, man. It is so many Mutalisks. 0 Lings, man. 0 Lings, 0 Hydras, 0 Lurkers. We have Lings. We have a Lurker aspect on the way. This is more of a standard TVZ from soO. He's like, I don't have enough APM or enough micro to control that many Mutalisks. So just 1 stack for me. Very good. Maybe a couple more because we can sub out, right? Sub out the injured with a couple alive and very healthy Mutalisks. Look at this, early +1 here. Just how much confidence there is here from Speed out on the middle of the map. +1 attack, 0 Mutalisks, but +1 attack for the mutas is going to finish here too in a second. Queen's Nest on the way as the third base is done. No sign of a third gas here. Any sign of a third base for Speed? No, not quite yet. And scanning the third, seeing 1 single sunken. Is that enough? No, not enough to hold off this many Marines, but maybe the mutas and Lings can change your mind about that. Well, maybe make you think twice about attacking up to this left side here. Still, the sunken is not enough to defend against this much stuff. So the mutas have a very important job right now. Keep third base alive, and with help of their friendly Zerglings. Any upgrade for the Lings? Absolutely not. No. Marines +1 armor is in production here on the engineering bay. We have a starport on the way. We are a little bit too far away here from Irradiate to handle these mutas. Marines need to do it, and handling mutas means Marines are going to die. And jumping in with all of the other Mutalisks and the Lings. Dude, soO. Excellent cleanup there. Okay. Excellent cleanup. How many mutas are left? 8 of them. Okay. Very good. All the medics are dead. The Marine count is 12, 13, 14, maybe 16 of them. 16 Marines. Medic count, more importantly, down to 2 right now. Yo, Hives on the way. Lurkers on the way. soO is in a good position to win this game, guys. That was an excellent technical cleanup there. It looked like Soma. It looked like Sulky. It looked like Hero or Queen or any of these insanely good Zerg players that are a lot better than soO is, but soO's been practicing. soO's been playing very, very well. This is a 2026 replay, thank you very much. And we'll see if he can handle Speed doing an SK Terran. No sign of a factory, well, a second factory yet. He already has a factory because, look, there's a starport. 2 starports in factory. Floating out the factory, that is a pretty, there we go, floating over the natural base. Not out, but look at this. Parking on top of all of this production, all of this supply, and SCV is getting burned down by what feels like the dozens here for Speed, but just, you know, 3, 4, 5 kills there on the SCVs is the difference between winning a game and losing a game at this highest level. Check it out, 44 SCVs to 35 drones. Excellent place here to be for soO, especially with Tier 3 tech on the way. Defiler Mound, good. Scourge in production. We have a Radiate being researched on the science facility. He saw the science facility blinking, and he knows a Radiate is on the way, but not done yet because it's still blinking, so we can still dive in here without worrying about an Irradiate. But the timer is clicking here. 6 mutas escaped, 5 or 6 mutas died. That is a fair trade here. And, oh, look at this. Look at that attack. Look at that flank. Look at that jump. Jumping on top of those Mutalisks, but 42 to 44 workers just droning like crazy right now is soO. Says we have a Defiler Mound. We have upgrades. We've got a +1 Carapace on the way for these Lings and these Hydras and these Lurkers. Very good against Marines because, again, the armor upgrade impacts every single attack against that armor. So if you have something like a Marine that has a lot of fast attacks, armor is very good. Against a Siege Tank, which doesn't have many attacks, and a big attack every once in a while, very bad. Consume is on the way, not quite here yet. The time is now, friend, to get into this third base and kill it. How many stacked Lurkers? 3. One of them got irradiated. No sign of an Overlord on that top stack, so that's a little bit of a sloppy move there from soO. Yeah, just put an Overlord on top so they can't target the top Lurker. That is a trick that we've seen for a very long time now. I don't know why soO is not doing it. 4th base up the left side, 3rd base on location here. So now is the time for the Terran player to be ahead on tech, right? Tier 3 is already done. Tier 3 is on the way from the Zerg player. Map control to the Terran. And we're sharking around. We're not getting any damage done. Ah, there we go. Now's the drop time. We've got 5 drop ships. A Doom drop into the main base. Oh, no. But Consume is done. We have Cracklings here. We've got Scourge. Not enough Scourge, thank you very much. A distracting attack at the natural base, and then into the main base we go. Dark Swarm is done. We've got Lurkers as you're landing on the main hive here. A Lurker already there, splitting out against the Lurkers. But, dude, a couple drones are going to die. Excellent pull by soO. And check it out. That was an incredible hold there by soO. I know he has Dark Swarm, right? I know that it's easier to hold off an attack there with the Dark Swarm available, but man, he made it look easy. Dude, this Lurker, how many kills do we have? 3 kills on that Lurker. We've got 8 kills on that one. Dude, 1 Lurker next to your hive. That was such a good decision there by soO. I don't know why we see that more often. Just incredible. Just 1 Lurker, right? They always drop like this. They always drop across your base into your mineral line, and Lurkers can attack here and here, which is an excellent position. Small drop up inside the 4th base. Anything to defend this? No, not at all. Drones trying to run. Absolutely not. These Marines are dead. But can they force a cancel on the hatchery? No, they cannot. They cannot force a cancel. soO stands firm. And the hatchery is still alive. On the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4th base for Speed. 115 to 115 supply. 50 to 53 workers. Dude, soO. Handling the push out across the map of the Terran player. Handling the drop of the Terran player on his main base. This is insane stuff. This is like the best TVZ I've ever seen from soO. Maybe it's not soO. Boxer maneuvering at 14 minutes into the natural base. Scourge available, but look at this, drawing away the Scourge, so a drop is going to be more successful here in the main again, but Lurker Crackling Dark Swarm is the answer here. Oh my goodness gracious. But hey, hang on a second, Fire Bats here, they can handle the Dark Swarm. They're not inside the Dark Swarm, but Look at the drone death inside the main base, focusing on canceling a +1 attack on these Lings. Oh, incredible stuff. Okay, Defiler outside Dark Swarm. What are we doing here? This drop is so much more successful here from Speed. Sniping on the Spire would be a pretty good idea, I think, especially if you're planning on doing more drops. And he is focusing the Spire now, and he gets it. Hey-oh, check it out, man. Speed's drops. Whew, if at first you don't succeed, try again, and maybe you will get a lot of drone kills, snipe important tech, and then after it, you're going to be ahead 55 to 39 workers. Overlord down too. These guys are still alive. Hydras, I don't think they have... Yeah, they don't have speed. I don't think we have cracklings either. I've been talking about these guys like they're cracklings, but I did not see it come through the production tab. Oh, no, we do not. Oh, no. soO, did you throw this game away because you didn't get a Dreidel? All right. Well, I was feeling great about this game. I really was for soO, but Speed's like, ha! You made the classic blunder. You didn't get a Dreidel for your Lings. Oh, the Hive was done, and then it took a minute to get the Defiler rounds, so I assumed I missed crackling coming across the production tab. Ugh. Gross stuff. But hey, look, it's gonna be a physics lab. It's gonna be battle cruisers. And my current take on battle cruisers is that if you are even with the Zerg player, battle cruisers are not a good idea, but if you're very ahead of the Zerg player, battle cruisers can help you cement that victory. So look at this. We are very ahead. It is even base count. It is 62 to 53 workers. You forced the Zerg player to make a lot of drones when they didn't want to by replacing the drones that you killed. We have drops all over the place. Crackling is on the way, but not going to be here for a minute. Into the natural base, radiating a lurker, and he's going to die alone. Dark Swarm here. Drones dying, man. 60 to 47 workers. Oh, right into the third base. Brute forcing it. Nidus, enough? Nidus is generally enough to take out as many Marines as you need to at this high of a level, but the third base goes down anyway. You cannot defend the third. Maybe we can't get up this ramp, but you cannot defend the third base. This is an insane game. Early game. First 11 minutes, I think, went to soO. Then they forgot about Adrenal, and then this drop was very successful, and then couldn't defend the third base, and then drops here from Speed. Just insanely great play. Dropping Marines into the fourth mineral line. Brutality. That's what we're talking about. This is 60 to 44 workers. Again, 60 workers for a Zerg, good. 40 workers for a Zerg, bad. I know it's simplistic, but wow. Finally cracklings, but a little bit too late. A little bit too late. That's it. That is simply the case. A little bit too late on the cracklings here. If soO wins this game, it is going to be a very, very hard-fought victory. And I'll be extremely, extremely impressed by it. We've got an armory in production. We have battle cruisers in production. Not on the map yet, I don't think. Unloading. Targeting down drones. Killing one. Killing Hydras that don't have enough upgrades to stand here. Killing another couple drones. Irradiating a lurker, getting out of there, and Hydra's blocking, but can't even no attack by that lurker. This lurker's gonna die. And a Marine dies with 2 kills, 51 drones. How many drones have died? Infinite. So many drones, you guys. So many, I cannot believe it. Battle cruisers take a while to build, man. And the answer is finally battle cruisers at 1847 across the map. They started them at like what feels like 12 minutes, but hasn't been quite that long. Just feels that way. And again, battle cruisers could be better, especially for the cost, especially for how long it takes to build them. It's like every Zerg player can handle battle cruisers fairly well. They're not viable in TVP at all. They're kind of okay in TVT, but also not really. They're just not good. They can be really good. They can be fine. But most of the time, they're not. Battle cruisers coming in. Plaguing them, excellent. But do we have Plague? We have Kindness Plating on the way, but I'm not sure we have Plague. Again, I've been watching the production tab and not insanely closely. Crackling Dark Swarm, the answer to all of life's problems, unless there's a lot of fire bats, which there aren't actually. I think we're using gas on battle cruisers. Look how many Marines there are and how few fire bats. I mean, how few medics in general, man. There's one medic here. +1 air weapons on the way? Dude, come on. Where's the battle cruiser? Oh, here they are. They're all the way up here. Hydras trade well against battle cruisers. Scourge annihilate battle cruisers. It's a high gas cost for Scourge to annihilate a battle cruiser, but it is a cost Zerg are prepared to pay. There's the Plague on one. That's why we don't stack it up. Plague is done. Replacing the Spire. Oh, right. He did not replace the Spire either. Oh, that's why there aren't any Scourge. That's why Hydra needs to be the answer here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Up the right side. Speed on the way. Expanding. We've got Yamato in production. Love a good Yamato. Look at this. Just irradiating every single thing. No Scourge available to chase these away. Science vessels feeling so happy right now. We have speed for ultras in production. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, into the third again. Dark Swarming up. Okay, we did save the third base with a timely Dark Swarm and a couple Hydralisks. This is not Hydra meta. I really don't think it is. But, you know, necessity's sake, Hydralisks are being made. And they're being pressed into battle against these battle cruisers. And I think they were pressed into battle against the Marines because there wasn't enough time to morph in a Lurker. 5 kills on this battle cruiser, 5 on that one. We have Scourge available, but Dark Swarm Hydra is even better because you don't lose the Hydras when we're killing the battle cruiser if they're inside Dark Swarm, unlike Scourge, which kill themselves in the process of killing the BC. That's why it's always so expensive. 2 plagues for a battle cruiser in order to bring it down into, you know, 2-hit territory before they die. 1 plague is not enough. Yamatoing a Defiler, not inside the Dark Swarm, but Yamatoing a Defiler inside the Dark Swarm is maybe the coolest thing a battle cruiser can do in this matchup, because how else do you handle a Defiler inside Dark Swarm? And the answer is Yamato is very cool, and tanks as well, but whatever. Okay, no Dark Swarm means Marines are going to win this battle. Check it out, guys. Funk Show, brother. Check it out now. And yeah, this is just standing tall as speed. We are taking on all challengers here. Why is there no Dark Swarm? That would be such an easy answer here from soO. We killed an answer to a 5th base. We are 196 to 110 supply. We are scrapping. We are clawing. Again, I think soO made 2 very important mistakes in this game. Not getting Adrenal until it was too late, and not replacing a Spire until it was too late. Look at this. Accepting the Scourge hits. Just accepting them. It's like, I don't care if I lose Science Vessels. It will free up supply for more Marines. Ultras are out, but again, 2 Ultras, not much to worry about. But soO expanding left side to a 5th base. Maybe expanding here too. He's got the money for it, but dude, look at this. Look at this attack. Attacking with the Marines is something I like battle cruisers to do, but Pro Terrans disagree with me on that idea. And yeah, 1 Dark Swarm here. There it is. Dark Swarm here. Dark Swarm on top of this base. Not available. Defiler doesn't consume, doesn't Dark Swarm before he dies. He could, but he doesn't. And no Dark Swarm here either. So these Cracklings are going to get some damage done, obviously. By that I mean 1 Marine is going to die, but without Dark Swarm, no, definitely not. Without a single Ultralisk, no, definitely not. I know you cannot spare any more resources to try to take down that base, but you need to. Stimming back into the bunker. Bunker down. All right. Hang on a second. Battle cruisers. 1 plague available. Drones dying by the dozens. We have sub-40 drones now. Ugh. Not even running. Not even into the Nidus, man. Just microing like crazy over here. It's just not enough. It's just not enough macro for the Zerg player to win at this stage of the game. He is down by more than double the supply for speed. And again, this makes it look very, very hard for SK Terran, and it is, right? Even up our 100 supply, it looks kind of hard to hold this off. Mech makes it look easier. SK Terran makes it look harder, but I don't know. Speed and other Terran players swear by it, and they get wins by it. And it's a lot faster than mech, which is, again, I think why Speed likes it. You know, except for the Vultures, which are great, but... yeah, no Dark Swarm Hydras. Check it out. Or Ultras and Hydras. Not even worried about it. GG and Speed gets the win in 24 minutes and 53 seconds. Not that we're, like, insanely surprised by that. Oh, man. That's hilarious. What a great game there from Speed. We kind of felt like he was going to win, didn't we? But, again, at 11 minutes, soO was so far ahead, but then Speed's like, let's just keep dropping. The first drop didn't work. Let's drop again. Let's get into battle cruisers here. Let's kill that third base. Let's kill the Spire. And then the mistakes piled up so much. And that is it. That is it. That is Dunzo Babunzo. Fantastic. Like, really, really, really fantastic plays. So, good games there from Speed. Once again, just didn't make too many mistakes. Yeah, he lost a lot of Marines. Lurkers killed, so many of them. Ultras killed a bunch. Cracklings killed a bunch once Crackling was done. But he kept expanding, kept taking bases, kept his bases alive. That's what's important here, too, is keep your bases alive. And then just keep the Zerg player pressed and make good trades, and you're going to win the game. So, good stuff. The greatest of all possible stuff. 190 to 171 supply. Or total score there. Why do I keep saying that? Total score for Speed. The outproduction by the Zerg. The outkill was bigger. Structures raised 8-4. You got an outspend by the Zerg player, but only by about 1,000 resources, if not less than that, in 24 minutes. And Speed says, thank you, sir. Come again. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Yeah.